Hello everyone, my name is Gia. Welcome to another Draw With Me video. This video is a little bit different because, as you saw from the previous clips and from the unboxing, I now have a mic. This is what I sound like, a voice revealed. Ta-da! If you've been reading my descriptions in my previous videos, you know that I've been wanting to do voiceovers for a while, but I was having so much trouble with recording. Before, I would just use my phone, and it was not a great experience at all. You can hear so much background noise and lots of cars driving by. It was pretty distracting, and I realized I should probably wait and invest in better recording equipment before I put voiceovers in my videos. But now, I have one. I didn't want to put in background music in all of my videos. I actually wanted to talk in them and chat with you guys about art and stuff, but I just didn't have great equipment. But now I'm able to do so. It's not the greatest mic, it was very cheap actually, but it's good for now, and it does the job, and it's so much better than my phone. I have a couple of things I want to talk about in this video, mostly just YouTube stuff and my plans for the channel, but before I get into that, I want to quickly do an introduction. I should have done this in the beginning, but oh well. But hello, my name is Gia. I am a digital artist from the Philippines, but I currently reside in the US. I mostly create character illustrations and fan art, and a bunch of other stuff. I feel like most of you know me from my social medias, like my Instagram and Twitter, where I post most of my art, but I'm sure some of you have found me here on YouTube, which is also really cool. I do want to do a quick review on the Illo sketchbook. I bought the sketchbook and the mic with my own money. I finished my last batch of commissions in August, and I was like, I want to treat myself, so I bought the mic and the sketchbook. I've had the sketchbook now for around 2 weeks, I would say. I filled up a couple pages already, and I really like the sketchbook. All of the sketchbooks I showed earlier are all very cheap. The Illo sketchbook is, I'm sure, is my most expensive one I've ever bought. All of my other ones I've bought from Walmart, and the Walmart I went to buy these sketchbooks, they had a very small assortment of sketchbooks. Most of them were very large, I've noticed, and I wanted something travel friendly, and I just grabbed whatever. I remember I didn't do any research on paper and binding and textures. I just grabbed something and left the store. And I've been using the same type of sketchbook ever since, and it's been like 4 years now. I do gotta say, cheaper sketchbooks I feel like are easier to use because they are cheaper. You have more freedom to just experiment and mess around, but I knew that these weren't the greatest sketchbooks out there. I knew the quality isn't the greatest, so I wanted to invest in a better quality sketchbook. This time I actually did do research, and I was looking for a couple of things. I wanted the sketchbook to have stitch binding and a hardcover, and I also wanted it to have thick paper. I use a lot of pens and markers in my sketchbooks, and in my previous ones there were a lot of bleed-throughs happening, and with the Illo sketchbook, no sponsor or anything, but I wish. The paper is very thick and very smooth. I was not used to that texture at all, and it has a hardcover and stitched binding. So yeah, I was a bit reluctant at first to buy this because it is square shaped. I'm not used to this shape of paper, which sounds a bit strange now that I say it out loud. I was looking to see if they had a rectangular format. I'm not sure what else to call it, a rectangular format, but I didn't find anything. However, I've had the sketchbook now for a little bit and I've gotten used to the shape. I quite like it. Yeah, that review was a little bit all over the place, but in summary, I think it's great. I like it. And honestly, I think I'll be sticking with this brand for a long time. I really do like it. I should probably talk about what I'm drawing too in this video. I'm just drawing photos I found on Pinterest. I really like the clothing folds and these references I found of this girl wearing this really long jacket. I quite liked the first sketch, but then things went kind of downhill after that. I was still kind of sick in this video, and there's also this added pressure when I record myself draw. I get really stressed. I'm still not used to like filming myself draw, so I feel like I need to make all my drawings look good on camera when really most of the time a lot of my sketches look like these, where just to me they're not really good. And speaking of stress, I also want to quickly talk about voiceovers again. I don't know if it's just me, but voiceovers are really tiring to record. Although like I've been really excited to do one and get this mic, I really don't know how people can just record and talk for long periods of time without feeling breathless and without struggling. Although yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do take breaks and they edit all the imperfections out, but I don't know, this is like my second time recording this. My first time I did it yesterday, and as I was editing the audio, I was listening to it so much and I was like starting to get a bit insecure, and I could tell I was like so nervous and I was stuttering a lot. So I'm redoing it again for my sanity, because in my mind I thought voiceovers were like a lot like talking to another person, except that it's all one-sided and you're doing all the talking and you have to talk for a long period of time. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. That sounds so easy. I know how to talk to people, kind of. And yeah, it's nothing at all like how I imagined. Because when you're talking to somebody, there's a lot of back and forth going on, and there are moments where you can pause and listen and think about what you want to say. There's not much of that when you're doing a voiceover, so. But I'm sure I'll get better over time. Because like right now, I have so many drafts on my phone from previous attempts. This is like my 50th time trying to do a voiceover, but I'm sure I'll get better the more I do this. Now I want to talk about my plans for YouTube and what I want to do on this channel. I'm still very new to this platform. I honestly don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I've had this account for a little over a month now, and I've posted a couple Draw With Me videos and 2 speed paint videos. I do want to expand my video content. I've compiled a huge list of videos I eventually want to do, and I'll talk about them right now. I like what I did here in this video, where I did an unboxing and a review. I have a couple of art products and art books I would like to get in the future. And of course, obviously, they're going to cost money, and so I won't be doing these type of videos too frequently. But I am really excited to do art book reviews. Most of the books I've saved are like tutorial books or guidebooks where they teach you about different art fundamentals, stuff like anatomy, color theory. There's a lot of anatomy books I really want to get. And also, speaking of books, I would also like to do an art book tour of all the books I already have. I have a very small collection of art books that I've been building up for the past couple of years. Most of them are art books about like animated movies and TV shows. I have some art books from artists I've found online and I've been a huge fan of. But I think I have like 10 because they're just so expensive. But I would still like to showcase them, and it would be cool to see my collection build up over time. Maybe I'll do this every couple of years or something. And speaking of tours, I was thinking of making an art tour video. I've seen this done before by Cynics and Oops, where they showcase all the art they've made at the end of the year. I've been drawing somewhat consistently this year. I've had a couple art blocks here and there. I know I've made at least one piece of art every month, and I'll do a video where I just sit down and talk about them and see what I've made in the past year, and also the studies I've done and art that I've never shared online, and also reflect on the year as well. I'm also thinking of starting a series where I critique my old artwork. I've been making art for a long time, but I think I've made the most progress in the past 3 years. I've been drawing consistently since then. I've seen a couple of these videos online, but I really like it when an artist critiques their own artwork, because the critiques are usually more in depth and you get to hear what they struggled on and what they still like about it. It's also very grounding to look back at your older artwork and see how far you've come. I'm really looking forward to making these videos because I haven't really looked back at my old art that much. And also this format is pretty easy to record, because just in case I don't feel like recording myself draw, because it can be very tiring, I can just critique my work, and it's very easy to record. I also want to talk a little bit about the study series. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying it so far. In the next videos in the series, I will be talking in them. They will be voiceovers in them. And I do want to talk about my process and my struggles with the studies, my resources that I use, stuff like that. I do want to clarify though that they're not meant to be tutorial videos. I've compiled a list of fundamentals I want to cover in the series, and a couple of them are subjects I've never actually practiced before. In future videos, I will be drawing some of them for the very first time, so they won't be tutorials. I also think I haven't built enough skills yet to teach anything. I'm just not confident enough right now to do tutorials. Like I said, I've been drawing somewhat consistently for 3 years. Although I'm not a complete beginner, I still feel like a beginner, but I don't think I'm an intermediate artist yet either, but I'm somewhat in the middle. But also, how is that determined? How is that measured? Who says when you're no longer a beginner artist? I don't know, but yeah, no, these videos are not going to be tutorial. And also, I've observed on our YouTube that artists either lean towards educational content, where they make mostly tutorial videos, art advice videos, tips and tricks, stuff like that, or they make entertainment content videos like challenges, draw with me's, etc. For me and for my channel, I will be leaning towards entertainment content for now. For the study series, I think the best way to approach the series is to focus on one art fundamental at a time. Since I'm primarily a character illustrator, I will be focusing more on anatomy, so I'll go very specific on areas of study, like the anatomy of the arm, the anatomy of the leg, skulls, the skeletal system, gesture, different types of bodies, and so on. I do want to get into drawing environments and backgrounds one day. Actually, a lot of my oldest pieces of art that I've posted on Instagram are background art. Most of them are Steven Universe backgrounds, and they're almost direct copies of the original artwork used in the show, so I have them archived. But yeah, I really do want to build up those skills. I love seeing environment art on my feed. I really want to get into that, and I want to design stuff for my characters and do fan art, so I don't want to just do character illustrations forever. So one last thing, I want to do a Q&A. Recently, it's been 2 weeks, but recently I reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy. I was not expecting to receive so much support here already on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for all your really lovely comments on my videos and for watching me here and for supporting me. This is crazy. This was my dream since I was 12. Well, honestly, I think this was everyone's dream at 12 years old, where they wanted to make a channel and get 100,000 subscribers and get the YouTube plaque. So to celebrate, I was thinking of just doing a Q&A. I don't really have anything crazy, but I think a Q&A is fine because I feel like a lot of you guys don't really know me. I don't really talk about myself online very much, so I'll share a Q&A box thing on my Instagram, and also make a post here on YouTube, a community post, just in case people don't see it on my Instagram. And I'll let you guys ask me questions and I'll answer them in a video. So other than those videos, if you have other videos you want to see from me, please let me know in the comments. I would like to hear from you all. I'm not sure what else to say. I've made like a list of things I wanted to talk about and I've reached the end, so if there's still time left in the rest of the video, I'll let you enjoy the rest of it, but if not, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you making it this far into the video. Yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.